The police were alerted to a series of violent robberies that took place on June 2, 2023, involving 3 teenage boys from Winnipeg. The suspects used bear spray and a knife to assault and rob their victims, who were not known to them. The first robbery occurred at around 8 p.m. in front of a retail business on Street Mary's Avenue. The suspects confronted a 19-year-old employee and sprayed him multiple times with bear spray. They then stole the cash register and ran away. The employee was treated by paramedics and cleared. The second robbery happened at around 8:40 p.m. near the intersection of Street Anns Road and Meadowood Drive. The suspects approached a 16-year-old boy and robbed him at knife point. They also sprayed 3 other people with bear spray before fleeing. One of the victims called the police and reported the incident. The police arrived at the scene and found the 16-year-old boy suffering from the effects of bear spray. They also received information from some Good Samaritans who saw the suspects running south on Street Anns Road. The officers pursued them on foot and caught up with them in the 600 block of Street Anns Road. During the arrest, one of the suspects became combative and threatened to kill the officers. The police used a taser to subdue him and arrested all 3 suspects without further incident. They also seized a canister of bear spray and a knife as evidence. The police identified the suspects as a 14-year-old boy, a 15-year-old boy, and a 17-year-old boy. They were charged with multiple offenses, including robbery, assault with a weapon, uttering threats, and failing to comply with a release order. The police also linked them to the earlier robbery on Street Mary's Avenue through their investigation. The suspects and the victims were not known to each other. 2 of the suspects were detained in custody while 1 was released on an undertaking. The police continued their investigation and asked anyone with information to contact them or Crime Stoppers. The suspects appeared in court on June 4, 2023, for a bail hearing. The Crown opposed their release, arguing that they posed a risk to public safety and had a history of criminal activity. The defense lawyers argued that they were young offenders who needed rehabilitation and support. The judge decided to grant bail to the 15-year-old boy, who had no prior convictions, under strict conditions. He had to live with his grandmother, abide by a curfew, attend school, and stay away from drugs and alcohol. He also had to report to a youth worker regularly and have no contact with his co-accused or the victims. The judge denied bail to the 14-year-old boy and the 17-year-old boy, who had previous records for similar offenses. They were remanded in custody until their next court appearance on June 18, 2023, for a preliminary hearing. The case attracted public attention and raised questions about youth crime prevention and intervention in Winnipeg.